Welcome to Worth Asking, a podcast questioning gender inequality in politics through interviews with politicians across South Asia. In these interviews, we ask leaders about their political journeys, the challenges they face, how they overcome them and emerge as leaders, and stories of allyship and support. Today, we have Dr. Anara Naeem. She is a member of parliament from Maldives, representing Huraa constituency. She is a prominent Islamic scholar, author, and lawyer. She served as an MP earlier, from 2014 to 2019, and represented the Makunudhoo constituency. Dr. Naeem has recently been elected as the Vice-Chairperson of the Judiciary Committee of the Parliament. She is also a part of the Committee on Human Rights and Gender. So let's get started with the questions that are worth asking. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. If we start the conversation, could you share a little bit more about your personal story, your upbringing as a girl in Maldives? Where did you grow up?
I am Dr. Anara Naeem, born in Kela, Maldives, where I spent my initial 9 years of my life. My upbringing in Kela, Maldives has truly shaped me. The island life has taught me resilience and independence from a young age. From going to school alone to managing daily tasks like fetching water and firewood collection for my mother for cooking. These experiences have made me who I am today. It warms my heart to know that the girls who grew up with me consider me their leader. The guidance from the elders on the island has been invaluable, encouraging me to be a good human being. Their support continues to be a pillar in my life. These early experiences have taught me resourcefulness, manners, and leadership, setting a strong foundation for my path ahead. In my view, politics serves as a vital community service, ensuring the well being and progress of society. My grandfather, who served as an island chief, exemplified true dedication and humility in community service. Witnessing his selfless commitment to addressing people's needs before his own ignited my passion for politics. I believe that active involvement in politics is a powerful avenue to advocate for and address social issues on a broader scale. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. You mentioned about the inspiration that you got to join politics, but what was your family's first reaction to your decision about joining politics? Your husband is also into politics, so how did others around you react? And how supportive were they when you decided to join politics?
Well, my transition from the island to pursuing education in Arabic was a significant turning point in my life. Alongside my brother, whom I fondly call Dombe, I embarked on this educational journey, competing and learning together. His unwavering support has been a guiding light throughout my academic pursuits. Upon returning to the Maldives after my studies in Qatar, I found immense support and stability in my husband, Adam. His encouragement allowed me to focus on my career, leading me to where I am today. The backing of my family, friends, and the island community has been a source of strength in my political endeavors.
Uh, yeah, so ma'am, what is your vision for Maldives as a parliamentarian?
Uh, with President Dr. Muhammad Muiz at the helm, envisioning the Maldives as a model democracy that fosters women's empowerment, self sufficiency in the economy, good governance, robust diplomacy, and community that upholds the rule of law is a visionary and commendable goal. The leadership's commitment to these principles could potentially transform the Maldives into a beacon of progress and prosperity in the region.
Ma'am, you mentioned about women empowerment as one of the goals. So you are one of the only three women elected to the parliament. And in a recent interview, you advocated for increasing women's political participation and representation. So, what do you think are the challenges currently?
There are some challenges. I hear the concerns about women in the Maldives not wanting to get involved in politics because it is seen as dirty and challenging, especially in our close knit community where everyone knows each other very well. It's understandable that families are cautious about their women entering such a field with its negative perceptions and resource limitations. We need to work together to break these barriers and create a more inclusive and supportive environment for women in politics.
Ma'am, can you share a little bit more about fighting and overcoming some of these challenges that the women are facing currently?
Sure. I firmly believe that it is imperative to establish pathways for women in senior party leadership roles, introducing reserved quotas for women in party primaries and parliament is a pivotal step towards achieving a more inclusive political environment. Neglecting the potential of half of our population could place undue strain on state resources, particularly the presence of vital services such as universal health schemes and free education. It is essential to construct a platform that embraces diversity to ensure a harmonious and sustainable society. To encourage women in Maldives politics, we can start by implementing policies that promote gender equality and women rights and create opportunities for women to participate actively in political decision making. This can include, namely, we can do the following four things. Number one, establishing quota systems, introducing reserved seats for women in parliament and party leadership positions can ensure female representation. Second, providing support and training that's offering training programs, mentorship, and networking opportunities can help women develop skills and confidence needed to engaging in politics. Third thing is raising awareness, conducting campaigns to raise awareness about the importance of women's participation in politics and the benefits of women participation is in decision making processes. Lastly, creating a supportive environment, building a supportive and inclusive political culture that values and respects the contribution of women in politics.
Ma'am, this is a very well thought and very amazing inspirational plan that you talked about. I'm intrigued. Would you say that to become a well performing MP, there is an expectation from women to represent women's voices and concerns?
Yes, there is a need placed on women in politics in the Maldives to properly reflect the concerns and views of women through promoting causes such as women's rights, healthcare, education, and bringing equality in every field we can. We may offer a distinct viewpoint and strive to develop laws that addresses the concerns of women in our community. In order to guarantee a more inclusive and equitable society in the Maldives, it is imperative that we as female MPs elevate the voices of women and defend their rights.
Ma'am, you have served as a parliamentarian before and now you're elected again. So, what are your priorities for the next 5 years?
Actually, I want to focus on empowering women in politics. I want to prove that educated individuals can excel in political careers and bring positive change. I am committed to promoting good governance in all aspects of our country as an MP. By championing these values, we can pave the way for a more transparent and effective political system in the Maldives.
Ma'am, you earlier in the conversation also talked about how support is important. So, could you share with us any examples when you have felt supported and encouraged, especially by your men colleagues? Do you believe that men's allyship could be an enabler for women in political systems?
I have had the good fortune to have my male co workers in the Maldives provide me with a great deal of support and encouragement. Their allyship has been a major factor in my own and other women's political empowerment. I believe that together with mutual cooperation and support, we can build a more equitable and inclusive democratic system that serves the interests of all people. Men's support is essential in Maldives for women's political advancement and for creating a fair and representative system of decision making.
Ma'am, while we were researching your work, we saw that several women take part in your campaigns. What is your approach to engaging women in your campaigns, and what could be done to encourage more women to take an active part in, say, election campaigns or related work?
In Maldives, engaging women in political campaigns is vital for a more inclusive democracy. My approach involves actively reaching out to women, listening to their concerns, and incorporating their perspectives into my campaign platform. To encourage more women to participate, we need to provide support, mentorship, and resources tailored to their needs. Creating a supportive environment, raising awareness, about the importance of women's participation and implementing policies that promote gender equality are key steps to empower more women to take an active role in election campaigns and related political work.
Ma'am, if given an opportunity, what is that one thing that you would like to change for women in Maldivian politics today?
The one thing I would alter for women in Maldivian politics, if given the chance, is to guarantee their equal representation and involvement at all decision making levels. It's critical to establish an inclusive workplace where women are given equal opportunity to share their perspectives and take the lead in developing laws that have an influence on our community. We may endeavor to create a more equitable and representative political environment in the Maldives by supporting women's rights and giving women more influence in the political sphere.
Ma'am, what would your message be to those aspiring young women who want to join politics in Maldives? How would you like to support them and encourage them for their decision?
Men alliance is crucial to women empowerment in Maldives politics, as I recognize from my own experience, which has been marked by encouragement and support from my male colleagues. I would advise ambitious young ladies who choose to pursue careers in politics in the Maldives to never undervalue the importance of their voice and viewpoint. Remain focused and have faith in their skills. Seek mentors, establish a robust support system, and never forget that your distinct experiences and perspectives are essential for bringing about constructive change in our society. Accept the difficulties, hold on to your convictions, and help create a more varied and inclusive political environment in the Maldives.
Thank you, ma'am. My one last question to you would be, would you share any final thoughts on gender equality in politics and how can we make safer political spaces?
Well, I would stress to my fellow Maldivian politicians how crucial it is to actively hear women's viewpoints, give voice to their opinions, and support laws that advance women inclusivity, prejudice, deal with discrimination, and cooperate in order to establish a setting where everyone, regardless of gender, feels appreciated and respected. We can help create a more just and encouraging political environment in the Maldives for everyone by being proactive allies and promoting an inclusive society. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us on Worth Asking today and sharing your thoughts with us. I'm sure it will inspire everyone who listens to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us on Worth Asking. We express our gratitude to 81 donors who made this year's podcast possible. To learn more about our work and how you can support us, please join our community by visiting www.cgapsouthasia.org/join. If you enjoyed the podcast, please leave us a review and share with your peers, especially young women interested in joining politics. Thank you and stay tuned.